Hello, everyone. My name is Noah Dotson, and through this project, I decided to interview my grandmother. She's a lovely woman, and she's kind of had a pretty rough life throughout uh, her youth, which I got to hear a lot more about as I talked with her. To start off, she starts talking about her mother and what kind of life she kind of lived. So, in her family, they lived in Missouri and they grew up pretty poor and struggled financially. Early on in her life, her father actually left their family to join his other family, which he had in a different state, which really made their family struggle, which made my grandmother's family struggle. But she was kind of one of the youngest kids in her family. So, all of her siblings picked up the slack, and her mother struggled really hard to keep her family afloat. She had about uh, 5 brothers and sisters in total, or 5 siblings. She her mother wanted to make sure that each of her children had the opportunity to get the best education and live the best life that they could. So she worked very hard to financially support their family, and the oldest son also went to work to financially support their family, which gave my grandmother the opportunity to continue to go to school, which she did for a good amount of time until she got pregnant in about high school with my father. And then she had her child, and her mother actually raised my father together with my grandmother so that my grandmother could continue to go to school and get a better education to get out of the poverty that her family was in, which really helped because my grandmother eventually became the first person on that side of the family to get a college degree, to get an education worth getting so that she could make her family have a better life. Now, unfortunately, my grandmother fell into the same trap my grandmother did, and she married a man who eventually left for a second family in a different state. It's kind of a coincidence and kind of tragic, but she didn't let this stop her. She raised her 2 children, my dad and his sister, younger sister, and because of the education she had, she was able to provide for them very much so, and gave them the best life that they could ever have. Asking her what she thought was the most important thing in her family's or her life, she told me that it was her family. Because without that support system, without those people, she wouldn't have been able to be the person who she is today. She used those people as models to help her become a strong, independent woman who could take care of herself and the ones she loves. Eventually, she took in my great grandmother and kept her in our house until she passed. And because of that, our family is here today, and I live the life that I do, and I'm able to go to school and do whatever I want. And I'm very grateful for that. I think because of the challenges of her early life, she she faced, she became the best person and the person she is now, which is a lovely lady.